Okay, sorry I got interrupted. I had too many videos on my phone, so I had to delete a couple. So the next thing I'm going to do is this flat line right here. This flat line is at y equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be y equals 5 if only when my x goes from here to here. So that's if the x is from 0. It's an open circle, so 0 is less than x. When it's a line, it's a less than or equal to every single time. Less than or equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This looks like an absolute value with a vertex at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know from my function rules before, it's going to be absolute value x minus 9 plus 0. And I know it goes through this point right here, which is 6, 5. So it's going to go through the point 6, 5. So to figure out what a is, I'm going to plug that in. 5 equals a times absolute value of 6 minus 9 plus 0. I don't really need that. 6 minus 9 is negative 3. Absolute value of that is 3. 5 equals 3a. Divide by 3. And I get a equals 5/3. So that means it's going to be 5/3 times the absolute value of x minus 9 plus 0. I'm not going to put the plus 0. If that only happens when my x goes from right here to right here. So that started at 6, and again it's a line, so that's less than or equal to x. It ends right here, which is an open circle, so that's less than 11. So that's what my piecewise function is going to look like. I put the giant Batman on there, and I put f of x equals. So now I wrote that piecewise function. Okay? So there's a couple things that I want to think about here. I want to think about what's my x and what's my y, or my f of x. What I highlight in blue is going to be the x. This is the x. No x here. This is the x. Over here, this is the x. This is the x. This is the x. When I'm talking about the function, the f of x, I'm talking about everything else. So this is the f of x. 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 Okay? So when I have one that tells me to do something like, got too many pages. I'm going to make this 2, 3. Okay, when I have something that tells me, I'm going to use this function still, so I'm going to leave it right there. If it tells me 3 times f of x plus 1 minus 9, this is happening to the function. This is happening to the function. So those things happen to the yellow part that I already highlighted. This part right here is